When President Donald Trump fired FBI Director James Comey, social media lit up with comparisons to Richard Nixon's administration. And while there are great differences between the two men and two administrations, there are some broad stroke similarities worth considering, and here are 4. Now, there was no talk of Trump and tape until the president tweeted an apparent warning to Comey that hints at the existence of recordings. Even the quoted word tapes can be seen as a reference to the fact that Nixon famously recorded his conversations in the Oval Office. Of course, Nixon's refusal to hand over the tapes to investigators only increased the pressure for his impeachment. Nixon fired lead Watergate investigator Archibald Cox after Cox issued a subpoena requesting Oval Office tapes. However, the firing wasn't smooth, and Nixon didn't do the dirty work himself. He instructed Attorney General Elliot Richardson to fire Cox. Richardson refused and resigned. Nixon next ordered Deputy Attorney General William Ruckelshaus to do the task. Ruckelshaus also refused and resigned. In the end, it was Robert H. Bork, the Solicitor General, who finally carried out the order. In what became known as the Saturday Night Massacre, Nixon eliminated the top 2 men at the Justice Department and the man charged with investigating wrongdoing in the Nixon White House. Now, Trump fired Comey amid an ongoing FBI investigation into Trump-Russia links. Comey reportedly had just asked for more funding for the Russian probe. Again, the firing wasn't smooth, and Trump didn't do the dirty work himself. Instead, he instructed a subordinate to hand-deliver the news to FBI headquarters via a printed letter. But Comey was in Los Angeles and ended up learning about the firing via TV news. However, unlike Nixon's case, the firing came with the support of the top 2 men at the Justice Department, and no further firings were ordered. Two words.
Fake news. It's fake. Phony. Fake.
Trump consistently has referred to negative reports as fake news and has called the media
the enemy of the people, and they are. They are the enemy of the people.
2 words. Nattering nabobs. Nixon VP Spiro Agnew described the media as nattering nabobs of negativism. For his part, Nixon created an enemies list that included many members of the media. And Nixon was perhaps less forthcoming than Trump about the depth of his dislike for the press, but the Oval Office tapes captured Nixon's rants, including,
"The press is the enemy. The press is the enemy. The press is the enemy."
Roger Stone has been associated with Trump for decades, though he was only an informal advisor during the campaign. Still, in a 2016 tweet, Stone seemed to signal the impending WikiLeaks release of Clinton campaign emails. Stone also told NBC News that he had back-channel communications with WikiLeaks, which released those emails. A young Stone worked as a political operative for the 1972 Nixon campaign and has since proudly admitted to employing dirty tricks. So, Stone had Nixon's back in 1972, and fittingly, Nixon now has a place on Stone's back. That's a wrap on 4 similarities between Trump and Nixon. History will be the judge.